Buck a Gwydden and Buck a Do. I'm sticking with the Buckers. Old Mrs. Ellis lived at Bray Manor with her son and daughter-in-law, Selina. Mrs. Ellis was a great friend of Mrs. Vingo, who lived at Mayon Green on top of the cliffs, a wild and windy place. Now both ladies loved a game of bridge. So nearly every night Mrs. Ellis, as she was by far the more nimble of the two, set forth to walk to Senna, for a rubber or two and a few glasses of sherry and a bit of everything, often not leaving till the early hours. This was much to the disgust of Selina, who said, as she had to walk through Escles, what did the neighbours think? Huh! It wasn't fitty, and what if she was to meet Buck a Gwydden who walked the same path? The old lady laughed. White Buck a no fear, he's a friendly chap, they do say. 'Tis the other one, Buck a Do's the black one, and he's over Burying way. So I'll continue coming and going from my own house, as and when I like. And out she goes again, even though 'tis midwinter. Well, daughter-in-law calls in the butler, dresses him up in a white sheet, and tells him to wait down by the pond from midnight till Mrs. comes back to give her a fright. Well, as he was more afraid of Selina and her tongue than he was of the old lady, and looking to his future, off he goes. About one-ish, there he is, sitting on the Bray Bean-stile, about 5 yards off t'other side of the footpath, when along comes Mrs. Ellis. She stops, smiles, and says, "Good morning, Buck a Gwydden. You're some brave to sit in the moonlight, with Buck a Do standing behind you." Well, the butler jumps up, sees the shadow of a cow in the dark behind him, thinks it's Buck a Do, and runs for his life, screeching all the way back to Bray. The old lady's throwing stones after him to sound like footsteps. Well, he was so afeard he never went out in the dark again. But Selina gave up trying to stop the old lady going out at night. For the next 20 years she continued to go out when and where she pleased, finally passing away in her bed at the good ripe old age of 92.
I do believe old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was a thief. Old Johnny Bugger, he lived by himself, as long as he had the best of health. Then one day he took himself a wife to look after him the rest of his life. And I do believe, old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was he. Now Mrs. Bugger, she had a bad leg. Her doctor ordered her to bed, called Johnny in and said to him, "You'll have to rub your wife's left leg with gin." I do believe, old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was he. Now old Johnny Bugger, he thought it was a sin to rub his wife's left leg with gin. He pulled out the stopper and he poured it down his throat. Now he'll have to rub his wife's left leg with a bottle. I do believe, old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was he. Now old Johnny Bugger was walking one day, down by the river he chanced to stray. He fell in and he gave a great shout. There was no bugger there to pull him out. I do believe, old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was he. Now God made bees and bees made honey. God made man and man made money. Money made the devil and the devil made sin. Now we'll have to dig up pit to put the bugger in. And I do believe, old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was he. Now Johnny died and he went up to heaven. He got there about 7:30. He saw Peter sitting at the gate, who said, "You'll have to bugger off, 'cause you're too bloody late." And I do believe, old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was he. And I do believe, old Johnny Bugger was a gay old bugger, and a gay old bugger was he.
Weird one. Oh, on a Saturday bright as a bell, early and just for the ride, we took a trip, cycling down to the sea, you and your lady and I. Oh, what a summer, oh, what a summer, bright and the blue sky high. One day at Whitsun, the sea and the shore, the summer before the war. Warm summer places where you could taste the country air, racing our shadows with fire, down through the narrow lanes, chasing the slow trains, the last of an age going by. We had a good time, we had some fun. There was time then, and we all ran. One day at Whitsun, the sea and the shore, the summer before the war. Young hearts and young souls, young minds to unfold, knowing the unknown somehow. One day at Whitsun, the sea and the shore, the summer before the war. Young hearts, young souls, young minds to unfold, knowing the unknown somehow. One day at the sun, the sea and the shore, the summer before the war. A small pond by the sand and the water, salt air washing our skin, with your hand in hand, her hand in mine, watching the sea rushing in. Oh, what a moment, oh, what a day. We held it and it never slipped away. One day at Whitsun, the sea and the shore, the summer before